We love David.
Rubio.
Keep going, keep going.
Hey, Mr. David. Happy 50th birthday, and I just want to say that I love this chair because it says Mr. David, and the Indiana Jones looking thing. Anyway, I love you, and I'm so glad that you were my coach and my hiking buddy. So, happy birthday.
We love David Rubio because
It's true, we do. Because he took us on a 25-hour van ride.
he did.
He introduced us to the greatest song of all time,
Wasn't this
Summer
supposed to be like
Jam
15 seconds?
by Jake Owen. It's okay, it'll be funny.
I'm his daughter.
Exactly. I'm not. I'm a spiritual. Not really, no.
David, I'm glad you were born, because if you hadn't been born, then your mom would be 609 months pregnant.
I'm glad that David Rubio was born so we can dominate church league sports.
I'm glad you were born because you change lives with your job every day. Thank you for being you and working in the youth group.
I'm glad you were born because you helped direct the best lip-dub videos of all time.
I'm so glad that David Rubio was born because he makes everyone feel loved and special and makes sure to include everyone all the time.
I am glad that David Rubio was born because he is somebody who wants to know and understand what is going on in others' lives so that he can help them get through it.
You know, I love Big Dave. I'm so glad he was born. My favorite thing about him is that he holds me accountable. You know, whether it's, Hudson, you need to go change your shirt. I can see your nipples because someone ripped through it while you were juking him out during Capture the Flag at church camp. Or whether it's, Hudson, I don't care that you're talking mid-conversation with 5-time Gold Glover and 2-time World Series champion Mookie Betts. Move your truck off the curb. It's in the way. Love you, Big Dave.
I'm glad Dave was born because he always makes me feel welcome whenever I see him.
I'm glad David was born because he's always inclusive of new people.
We are grateful that David was born because who else would coach our church league sports? Just kidding. We are grateful you were born because you love us so much. Love you!
I'm glad David Rubio was born because, oh my gosh, become a major role model in my life and taught me how to live like Jesus.
Thank you for you. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Best youth
Happy
minister.
50th. Exactly.
Best youth minister.
For sure. Best covenant group leader.
Yes.
That's like camp leader.
For sure.
Yeah. This is a long video.
Yeah. Anyway, we were very glad you were born.
I'm grateful that David was born because he finds fun ways to make things interactive.
He's a big part of the youth group, which has really impacted my life. I'm grateful for David because he's taught me how to be a better sport through church league.
Happy birthday, Rubio. We're so glad you were born because you have shown us so much love in the youth group. Clap it. Hey!
I'm glad that David was born because he makes everyone feel like they're loved and that they belong anywhere.
I'm glad David was born because he makes it easy to wake up and come to class on Sunday mornings.
I'm so glad David was born because he makes us laugh. And he's a great youth minister. Thank you for everything you do. Happy birthday. We love you.
I'm glad David was born because otherwise I would have had to sleep next to David Nowers or Brian Leeper at camp all these years.
I can blame him for my technical fouls on the bench. Hey, come on, that's a foul. You gotta make that call, ref. What are you doing?
You know, I'm really glad David was born because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be anybody's youth ministry hero.
Hey guys, Todd Lloyd here, and the reason that I'm glad that David Rubio was born, well, there's lots of reasons. Mainly, well, your family wouldn't exist, which would be kind of a bummer for them, but life just wouldn't be as fun, right? I mean, David is, you just never know what's going to happen when you are with David, and it's cool to be around him. I wouldn't have a lot of stories to tell people if David weren't in my life. David is such a positive influence and so much fun to be around, and this guy really likes him. So what do you think about David Rubio?
Me and Bobby in New York.
Rubio told him he would take him to New York once, and he's just not going to forget it. So what do you want to say to David? That's our dog has nothing to do with this. All right, we'll see you.
Hey, I am glad David was born because of Becky, number one. I love that woman. She's awesome. Number 2, because he's become a really dear friend of mine. I love that guy. And number 3 is because of God's grace. He has shown me how to accept God's grace in my own life, as well as show God's grace to others. So I am so thankful that David was born.
Hey David, it's Tim. Happy birthday. I am glad you were born because you've helped me personally, and I believe others have come to a greater understanding and realization of what true friendship can be and what it means to really care about someone and be cared for from them as well. Also, the understanding or maybe a greater appreciation for people's feelings and their story, and both where they've come from and what that means for where they might go in their life. You have a gift for wanting to do that, and I think that's incredibly important. Also, most importantly, I think what I've learned from you is to have a love for Little House on the Prairie. I liked the show before. I grew up, I guess, kind of watching it, but now to see it from a totally different way, that you have this gift of humor and a love for wanting people to not just smile, but to take moments that were meant to be one way and tweak that and shift that and make that something to mean something even more and in a deeper level of humor, which is awesome. And I love you, and I hope you have an incredible evening. You deserve this night of people sharing things about you, for you to understand how great you are in so many relationships, and we love you, and I've talked too much. Bye.
And another reason I'm glad he was born, the kids. I mean, Madeline, Benson, and Charity, that's 3 pretty good reasons.
Hey David, happy birthday. Okay, they tell me I've only got 10 seconds to say something on this video, so I'm gonna have to choose from this long list of reasons why I love David Rubio. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, dang it, I got the wrong list. This is all the rules from that stupid kickball game you made me play at your fall retreat.
Your time's up.
No, but I've got to tell David why I love him.
Well, you should have thought of that 19 seconds ago. Your
No,
time's
but
up.
I want to be able to say that how much I love David Rubio.
Well, David, I'm sorry. You're at 25 seconds. Your
I
time
was
is
going
over.
to say to everybody how they should have a friend like David in their life.
You're at 30 seconds.
Look, okay, let me say this.
You're done. 30.
You know another reason? If it wasn't for David being born, I wouldn't have anybody to ask me awkward questions about sex. So.
Okay, this one's for real. I am so glad that David Rubio was born for countless reasons. I could sit here and talk all day, but I'm not going to. I think the thing I'm going to point out is his passion. The way that he lives his life so passionately is astounding. Every single thing that he does is at 110%. I don't know how, but that's the way it's always been. And everyone that he meets in the process of doing all of those things, he makes them feel so loved and wanted. I know, because he's made me feel loved and wanted every single day for 17 years. Daddy, I don't know where I would be without your guidance and your love. But I know that my world is such a better place, such a happier place. My life is just so good with you in it. I'm so thankful for you. I hope you've had an amazing day. Happy birthday, Daddy.
Because yesterday morning we're sitting drinking coffee, and then he starts telling me a story, and he has to get up off the couch and act it all out and be all animated. So I'm laughing, but then we heard this loud noise in our attic, and I said, "Is there a person in our attic?" And he's thinking about the exact nature of the sound he heard, and he said, "No, I think a jaguar just ran through our attic." And so I think things that are just normal, like drinking coffee in the morning, would seem so plain and ordinary if David were not born. And I also wouldn't be married to the most unselfish person that I know.
There you go. There you have it, SUIG.
There you have it.
No.
Happy Valentine's Day.